Okay guys, welcome back to Quick and Dirty. Today we've got another ad that is a display ad that I pulled it from my phone. We're gonna pull it apart and see what's working, what's not working, and maybe what we can take away from this one for ourselves. Let's get into it right after this. Okay, welcome back guys. Today we're gonna ad hack this kind of strange one that I saw and it caught my eye and I knew that it was worth looking at because it's something we struggle with all the time. So let's take a look here what we got. Okay, so I always like to kind of take a minute and look and see what's jumping out. Oh, you see what I did there? Okay. So jumpstart your fitness routine. Get the newsletter, start today. So this one's interesting, and the reason I pulled this was this is a very unusual ad that you see. Well, I wouldn't say very unusual, but it's not typical. You're going to see good campaign spend on what's basically an opt-in, right? So they're driving traffic to kind of like our classic get the newsletter opt-in. Now, I think this one shocked me because frankly, I've been telling people for years, no more newsletters, no more newsletters. That's, so 2000s or whatever, because I don't think people really want news anymore. I think we get plenty of news, so I'm not sure it's like the most appealing call to action. And I also don't think that news is like an outcome that we're seeking, right? Like get started today or learn more, maybe. I don't know if get the newsletter would have been copy I would have settled on. Now, of course, with all ads, you could A/B test the CTA part here, the call to action. We could A/B test that and maybe I'd be shown to be wrong, but my gut is telling me on this one and some experience that get the newsletter is not really kicking butt here. So I think that was the problem with this. I think that's why I stopped and I grabbed it for us to take a look at, because I just don't think that really is going to do it. I don't think anybody wants news. And I think if we're going to get into this fitness thing, I think our main goal here in the middle of the spring, and this is obviously a springtime ad, normal fitness season for fitness type marketing is like, let's get started. Or what do I need to do to get the results, right? And I also let's go from the left here side, because they did start with this image over here of some people doing this class. It definitely looks pretty approachable. I mean, one dude's exercising in a suit. That seems a little weird. And then you got some different, kind of body types and folks in there, a lot of demographic stuff. So I think the photo, I could see where somebody in the creative department felt like this was a winner. Now, here's why I don't think it's a winner. I don't think people want to do that. I don't think people want to do the work. I think what people want is to feel great. I think people want to look great. I don't think they actually want to jump around in class holding a bunch of weights. I don't think anybody wants to do that. Even though they're all smiling and stuff, maybe it looks fun. I think people want the outcome with almost everything that we advertise for, right? So we want the result. So I'm not sure that image even does what we're hoping it would do. And then I don't think that news about that is really what we want to do. So I guess at this point, I'm pretty much just crushing this thing. I don't know what to tell you guys. I think this ad is maybe not the best stuff. I don't know. And again, I'd love to hear down in the comments. Go ahead and trash me for my comments on this one. If you guys think otherwise and this is like the best thing and I don't have a clue, I would love to hear why. But I don't think people want to jump around in class with a suit, and I don't think people want news. So I think this whole thing is kind of a mess. Now, the start today thing is weird because that must be a logo or brand, because it's not the call to action, right? Because it's not the button. And display advertising, typically to get an approval, you need to have a company logo or some branding on the ad. Otherwise, it's not going to be approved on the advertising network. So I assume that this is the logo of some sort of organization or something, fitness, health, I don't know. But I'm always perplexed by stuff like this because somebody's spending money on this, some organization or company or fitness thing or hospital group, or I don't know who's funding all this, but it sure seems like it's not where I would have landed on the whole project anyways. So hopefully we can learn a little bit from this. Do you want to show in your advertising images the work that people are going to need to do to get the outcome? Like, do you want to show people running through the jungle with Yoda on their back to become a Jedi? I don't know. I think you just want to show them being like a kick-ass Jedi and explain the transformation process when you get them in the door and you're working out the deal, right? So I don't know that showing the work is always the best way to get people excited. Because especially in fitness, a lot of people are like, ugh, I don't want to go to an exercise class. I just want to be thin. I just want to look great. So that's the image part. And then this call to action thing, I think I'm going to stick with my ground here on this one. I don't think people want news anymore. I think if you have a thing on your website that's like get the newsletter, get monthly news or anything like that, I think you're missing where we're all at these days. I think people are pretty exhausted with news. I don't think anybody wants a newsletter. I think people want a bite-sized piece of information that are actionable. So I think they want to learn more, see more, get more, start for free, start now, get started, like all those things. Like people want immediate results. Like I don't think that people are honestly going to click on this and be like, yay, I'm getting news. It just falls flat, I think, in today's context. I think in the beginning of the web, 95, 98, 19, like let's say floating into the 2000s, it seemed pretty cool to get a digital newsletter. Like you didn't have to get your hands dirty with newsprint and all that stuff. There was a moment there. I think we're way past that moment. So if you're doing this still, you might need to get with it and get into the whatever century we're in, the new sort of web 3.0 or something. So let's put this one to bed. A little bit to look at there, maybe to be cautious about. If you guys think I'm dead wrong on this, go ahead and hammer me in the comments and give me something that you want me to pull apart, because I'm happy to try to decode anything that you might share. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one. Go ahead and subscribe. If you liked tearing this one apart, go ahead and smash the like button. We'll see you on the next one.